This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Yes, so Birdman is a step ahead of things. Well, he was supposed to pay up on $1 million that he owes his ex-employee. Mm-hmm. And according to documents that the Blast obtained, they said that Birdman, in response to this $1 million he would have to pay, shut down all his bank accounts that he had with Citibank. And he shut those down a couple of months ago. So
he knew they were coming.
Yeah.
Got the money out of Dodge. He could get arrested for that, but hey, he got the money out.
Why doesn't Birdman have a private bank?
What you mean?
I'm sure he has several bank accounts.
Yeah, I'm sure he has several bank accounts.
Okay. Yeah, true.
Yeah. So, now they have to figure out how is he going to collect on this $1 million because the judge did grant a default judgment against Birdman in the amount of over $1 million.
Yeah, and I'm sure he got different LLCs, so he probably moved it into different LLCs and different bank accounts.
Sheesh, I didn't know you could just do that. I owe you money. Let me shut this account down. All right, now let's get back into Brooke Nevils and Matt Lauer and these rape accusations. We read you yesterday some of Matt Lauer's open letter that was defending his reputation and denying the rape accusations against him that Brooke Nevils has said happened. Well, she said that his 1,400-word letter striking out at her was a case study in victim blaming. She said, as his open letter clearly reveals, there may be more than one Matt Lauer. There's the Matt Lauer that millions of Americans watched on TV every morning for 2 decades. And there is the Matt Lauer who this morning attempted to bully a former colleague into silence. She said for 2 years, and she's quoting some of the letter that he wrote, where he said, for 2 years, the women with whom I had extramarital relationships have abandoned shared responsibility and instead shielded themselves from blame behind false allegations. They have avoided having to look a boyfriend, husband, or a child in the eye and say I cheated. They have done enormous damage in the process, and I will no longer provide them the shelter of my silence. So this was Matt Lauer in his open letter saying that he's going to speak out and not allow these women to be protected who are making what he says are false allegations against him. She said, this is the Matt Lauer, then the most powerful asset at NBC News, who I feared when I continued to engage with him, as many victims of acquaintance rape do, particularly in the workplace. Now, she goes on to say that she blames herself after the alleged Matt Lauer rape. She said that when everything happened, she felt like it was all her fault, and she believed that encounter was basically because of her until the Me Too movement came along. She said, like many victims, she was trying to clean up the original event in her mind, thinking if they could have a romantic relationship, then she could make this event less traumatic. So that is what she is saying happened when people are questioning why did she continue to engage in consensual sex afterward.
I just don't understand why nobody is discussing that fact, like that the fact that she slept with him several times after the alleged rape, and sometimes she initiated the sex. Like, I think that's worth a conversation.
Well, that was her response to people saying that. She tried to clean up the original event and that she thought in her head if they could have a romantic relationship, it would be less traumatic. And her main thing is she did admit that they had consensual sex on many different occasions, but she said the anal sex where she was yelling no and telling him no, and he did it anyway, was what the issue was.
Even that part is sketchy because she said that she feels like it wasn't consensual because they both was drunk and because he asked to have anal sex. And she said no, but then he asked her, did she enjoy it? And she said yes. And those are her words. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of gray area in this whole situation.
But I do feel like she was very truthful about a lot of things that she didn't have to be because, of course, it causes doubt when you admit everything that happened. But if she feels like, look, I told you no, you shouldn't have done it. And then she said in her head she tried to clean it up because she felt like it was her fault. That's what she's saying is her explanation.
Yeah, and it just sounds wild when she said I had sex with him several times after the fact, and I initiated some of the sex as well. Like,
right, she was being honest about it.
Yeah, but if that just raises a whole cloud of doubt around the whole story, and I'm not saying she's lying, I'm just saying questions need to be asked. Like, it's not as cut and dry as people are trying to make it out to be.
All right, now Issa Rae is the next celebrity voice that's coming to Google Assistant, and she's really excited about that. I saw her and Wale going back and forth on Twitter about her actually being the new voice coming to Google Assistant. So there's some sample commands that are from Google that you can actually hear Issa Rae. You can say, hey, Google, talk like Issa, and then switch the settings. So you could have done that for John Legend as well.
I'm your Google Assistant. You can find me on phones, smart displays, and Google Home. And right now I'm using Issa's voice, which is pronounced Issa, not Issa. How about a quote from Issa Rae? Embrace who you are now and embrace what makes you different. You can still call me your Google Assistant. Now I just sound extra fly.
I think that's cool
dope
as hell. Do you realize if my voice was a Google voice, my kids would think I was the coolest person in the world? Because, you know, like even my little 4-year-old is always like, hey, Google, play Old Town Road. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they could hear me as the Google voice, you know how cool they would think I was? Man, drop one of Clues Bombs for Issa Rae. That's fly.
You know, it was dope, too, when DJ Khaled was on Waze. Make a right now, don't worry. Better roads will be easier. Like, it was dope. Blessings upon blessings upon blessings.
Nah, I like Khaled on the McDonald's commercial better. Can we play that for old time's sake? Can we play Khaled on the McDonald's commercial for old time's sake?
You don't like that one, man.
I know he doesn't.
Leave Khaled alone.
Let's play it one time.
Stop being a bully.
Khaled on the McDonald's commercial for old time's sake was way better than him on Waze.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you something about the McCafe hot chocolate. When you put that whipped cream on top and that chocolate syrup and that steamed milk, before you even drink it, when you have it in your hand and you feel how warm it is and you're saying, man, when I take a sip of this and then you take a sip and that whipped cream's on your face and even hits your nose, you don't even get mad. You don't even wipe it off because you immediately go back in for more hot chocolate.
All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report. And that is